Hello friends. In the last video, I showed you how to copy from multiple source tables using the metadata functionality in Azure Data Factory. Like in this video, I will tell you about the same thing in little more details. Basically, if we have a requirement for ETL process to copy that source data from multiple source tables to destination tables. Then we can use this metadata driven copy approach. Like there are some limitations in the sense the UI doesn't have all options and some options are little confusing. So let's go to the data factory and start with that. To start with, I have created a resource group and created two resources in that. One is the SQL database and one is the data factory. So the two things I have created before this demo to reduce the time of the video. Okay, so in the SQL database, I have created two tables, city and country. I have only limited number of rows for demo purpose. In the city I have only two cities, and in the country table I have only one entry, one country. Okay, so these are the source tables, and we'll have to create destination tables also. Okay, let me create destination tables now. So for demo, we'll just create one table, destination country underscore D I can write. For now, I am creating all the tables in one database only, but in the practical scenario, it will be at different databases. Okay, so I will run it. Refresh. I have used a pass service of SQL database, so I can do everything on the portal only. Okay, so and this is blank as of now. I just created it, so no rows. Okay, so let's go to the data factory. Okay, so in the data factory, so we have to create a linked service to start with. We can create the link service at elsewhere also, but let's try to create the link service first. That will be easy for us to start with. Okay, so the link service, new SQL. Okay, SQL database, let it be there. Okay, to avoid putting passwords and everything in this one, we can use Azure Key Vault. In Azure Key Vault, we have to ensure that the secret name is in this format. So you have to write the database name, password ID, server name, everything in a proper format and use the Azure Key Vault. Okay, so we will do that. I haven't created the Azure Key Vault. Let's create that. And one thing you need to remember is the key vault has to be in the same resource group of the resources. If the key vault is in a different resource, different region, so all my resources are in central India. If the key vault is in some other region, it will not be accessible from the other applications. Okay, so let's go over here. Key vault, create. I will keep other things as default as of now. Networking, we can use selected networks just to avoid any security hacks. Okay, add existing virtual network, no. Okay, tags, we should always use tags in so that we can know like what are the resources created by us or others. Otherwise, like after we create a lot of resources, it will create a problem. So it is doing the validation. It should not take so much of time. Okay, create. It will take less time to deploy. It's not a big resource. We can wait for just half a minute. I think it will be done. Good, it's done. Okay, so let's go to the networking to see where it is allowed. Selected networks, Azure services, good. Then access policies. We have to do something here. See, we have Key Vault by default is not accessible outside. Okay, so we have to use firewall. Okay, perfect. So let me first get access to myself. Save, so I can access this Key Vault, and we have to add a access policy so that our data factory can access it. Okay, cancel data factory name, and we have to see permissions. We have to give get list and set permissions for the secret. So we are setting up the secret, not a key. We are setting up the secret. So okay, we will use, okay, select add. So for the data factory application, we have allowed 3 permissions for the secret. Let's go and create a secret. Okay, I added. Okay, it takes some time, I think. Okay, so it takes some time. For now, let me change it to all networks so that we can continue the demo. So otherwise it should work after some time. So generate key name is some, we can put test, and value of the secret. So the value of the secret, you have to use this one. For example, I use SQL database. The format I have to take from here. So I use Azure Key Vault. Okay, this is taking some time to come. Okay, here you have to click on this icon and you have to copy this till this semicolon and replace all of them. So I have already done that in the background. So I will refresh this browser because the drop down is not coming. I will just put this secret here. Okay, activation expiry enabled is create. Okay, so I created a secret which is the name is test. Okay, I'll just refresh this browser so that because we created the key vault now only, so it should detect the new key vault. Now we are going to SQL database, continue, key vault. Okay. Oh, okay. So it is asking for the linked service for the key vault. So we didn't create any link service for the key vault. We are directly creating SQL. So we'll create key vault linked service. We'll use it drop down menus only. Key vault Shiba to linked service test connection. So every different resources data factory tries to connect, we have to create link service, then only it will work. Okay, so the key vault is done, loading failed, refresh. Okay, sometimes it takes some time to do the like to detect the key. Secrets list permission does not have secrets list permission on Key Vault. Okay, let's see. Access policy certificates. Oh, okay. I think we didn't save it after creating this. We need to give the okay. The name of the data factory is this one. Select add. Okay, the access policy is added. I saved it. Updating. Okay. I created it, but I didn't save it. Fine. So looks like that will work now. Let me refresh this screen. It will then detect the new changes in the key vault. So okay, the linked service of the key vault also went like got deleted because I refreshed from the browser. Okay, I didn't save it. Fine. Uh, okay, we'll create the key vault again. That will not take much time. So it got created. So it is trying to check what are the secrets inside the key vault. Okay, so it detected the test secret name. Fine. Secret version, current version, SQL authentication, inline credentials. Perfect. Test connection. Perfect. So now we got the connection to the SQL database. Publish. So we have to publish, otherwise if we refresh the browser, all of the things will be gone. Okay, so let's start the pipeline now. So we just created, till now we have created a key vault and kept the secret and created these two linked services. So now let's go to the pipeline. In the pipeline, we have a copy data tool. Okay, here we have built-in copy or metadata. We are going for metadata because built-in copy will be a single copy for a single table. Metadata driven copies multiple tables from multiple source files. Okay, so here we will do okay the same database will we use for control table as well as source tables and the destination tables. I just created one database. We'll use the same database for everything, but in the production scenario it will be different. Source tables will be a different database, control table will be a different database, and the destination tables will be a different database. Okay, I don't have a control table as of now, so I will create it, but I will let me name it as control table, so easy to understand. Okay, we can run now or schedule also, so we can schedule it afterwards also, not a problem. Let us do run once now. Okay, next, so this is taking the control table different details. Now we will use the same SQL database here. Connection is same. We'll use, okay, so we have three tables only in our table. Okay, let's take country here for our copy, and next this is a source. We are okay, full load all tables. We can do full load or configure for each load. For each load, when we are doing, we can do a delta load based on a ID or a date field, like incremental load based on a particular ID or date field. Let me put 0 here, because in the country I have one. So if I put 0 here, it will copy all the rows above 1. Okay, preview data, it will show me the data in the database. Okay, delta load I have said. Delta load means incremental load. Next, okay, now I am configuring the destination. So destination also SQL, but it could be different. So source can be MySQL and destination can be PostgreSQL also. For now I am keeping it same. So for if the source and destination database are different, the connection will be different. For now, the connection is same. See, I am putting the source as country, but the destination is this one. Okay, the table name is different. So we have a option. It detects automatically, but we have a option to change it. So if the column names are not exactly same, you can go to the next one and map the columns here one by one. But for our case, we can skip the column names because the column names are same in both the tables. And next, okay, so next I can give multiple copy, something like some meaningful name, multiple copy. Okay, next. So here basically it is saying source is SQL database, destination is SQL database, and it is trying to, if I go for next, it will try to create the pipelines and the data set. So in when we create a pipeline in a data factory, we need to create data sets and pipelines. So basically this template created the data sets for us, created the pipelines for us, and generated some SQL scripts. So in this SQL script, what it will do, it will create a control table for us. So the name of the control table we gave control underscore table. So the script is ready. So we'll just have to copy this and run it. We'll run it here only. So and run. So it will create another table which is called control table, and if we see, there will be one row. Okay, so basically the row is saying like this is the source object. So it is saying what is the schema name and table name. Okay, so this is the copy source settings. Okay, this is sync settings. Okay, so we can have different names. If the schema is different, the table name is different. Okay, this one doesn't matter much, but here see, the top level pipeline is this one. I will show you here. Okay, there is another query. I will just copy this and run it also. any new different screen and run. This is a stored procedure to update the watermark column, like till what point we have copied. If we are running this pipeline every 30 minutes, it stores the information till what rows we have copied and what are the different rows we need to copy in the next cycle. So the store procedure gets created here. So I didn't change anything here. The whatever SQL got created over here, I just ran it. We'll just finish, or any both are finished only. So now we can see there are like 6 things got created automatically, 3 datasets and 3 pipelines. Okay, so the 3 pipelines says top level, middle level and bottom level. The 3 datasets says source dataset, destination dataset, control dataset. So this is the control table where multiple rows are we can list, so that the copy happens for multiple tables. Okay, so here I was showing, see, this top level pipeline name refers to the top level name here. So if you want to rename this, like you want key, okay, let me shorten it to remove T to L, you can do that here. You can rename it and like do something here, but in that case you will have to go here into the control table and change this top level pipeline name, otherwise it will not work because there is a mapping. And I didn't trigger it automatically, so the trigger name is showing sandbox or manual. But if you are adding a trigger here, so after you checked everything is running fine, you can add a trigger by going to new edit. So once you do that, you will have to change this trigger name from sandbox to the trigger name in double quotes. Then only for that trigger name this pipeline will start, and that the time at which the trigger will run will be set inside the trigger. Like when you add a trigger, create a new trigger, the time at which the trigger will run will be set over there. Okay, and here this is the main column where we say what is the behavior. It is data load. What is the watermark column, which is country ID. Okay, what is the value of that? So this is the data type int32, it's a integer. And so basically watermark column can be either a id or a date. Other columns cannot become data mark columns. Okay, and the value currently is 0. So the next run it will check what are the columns where, like what are the rows in which country id is more than 0. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, and for example I have one row here, but I have two tables, city and control table. I just have to edit this table and insert a new row with the equivalent values, so that both the things will automatically copy. Okay, but okay, got it. So this is the complete process. So there is a limitation here. The limitation is the source tables should be from a single database. Till now whatever we have covered there, the source table, we are not putting different database names for the source tables. We can write different tables inside one source database, but if we have multiple database at the source level and we have to put copy from multiple databases, there is a limitation, but there is a hack there. So I will just go through to those steps. Okay, so basically what is done here, so in the if we go to the linked service, okay, this got generated automatically. So this is the link service. So what got generated? SQL database is the name. This is okay. So the type is SQL database. If it is MySQL or Postgres, this will be different. Okay, it is saying we are using Azure Key Vault Secret. Okay, the name, this is the reference name in the linked service. Okay, and it is saying the name of the secret is this and secret version is this. Okay, that it is saying here. So what we have to do is, like, we will change little bit here so that the secret name is not constant. Basically, in this code, the secret name is constant test. But if we have another database where the database name, ID, password, credentials are different, how do we do that? So let me create another secret with test1 here. Okay, name is test1. Okay, I will put the same secret for now, same server, but there will be two rows. So create test1. So basically I have two secrets. So basically I have two source database. So here the secret name is hard coded. So I want a dynamic secret name. This could not be achieved in this pipeline. So we'll do little bit changes to link service, then it will work. Okay, so I will just show you the differences. I just compared for a different table Postgres, but it will be same for everything. So this line, sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't come. In our case it came. So here this type is already there, we don't have to worry about it. So we have to add two lines, like here secret name is hard coded, we have to make it a variable. Okay, and this connection string what we are mentioning here, we have to use as a parameter. Okay, so let me do that. Cancel. Okay, I'm going over there only. So I will go over in advanced, specify dynamic details in JSON format. Okay, here I will, oh, I didn't copy that. 1 minute. Let me copy this and then make changes on top of it. I have to insert only two lines. Control C, cancel. Advanced JSON. I'll put this here. So this is there. Here I will, after the name of the database, I will copy this line. Sorry, this line is already there. In properties, I will copy this line. Properties, connection string. I'm copied one line, and the other difference is the secret name. So secret name I am keeping it as a variable instead of hard coding it. Okay, so secret name. So those two things only I am putting changes. I will add these two in the document, like in the comments, so that you can refer that. So then save. So let me publish it. Okay. So after making the changes to the linked service, I will go and create a new pipeline in a similar way. Let it publish. Okay, publish. I will create a new pipeline in the complete same way, but we'll see what difference it is making. So I will make copy data tool, metadata. Okay, same things. Why it is not picking that? control table. Okay, somehow it is not picking. Okay. Hmm. Okay, let's last time it did that. This drop down was working, somehow it is not working now. Okay, let's go to in a different tab. So okay, here, okay, let it come. I'll put the details in the comments so that you can refer them. So let us go. Okay, the link service is there. Okay, the changes are there. We added this one, parameters, and the secret name. Okay, cancel the pipeline data tool. Okay, let us create that then if it is not working. Okay, I think it is not taking because we changed the link service here. So basically, in the link service, we changed that key to add control table and all that. That's why it is not taking at control table. So we'll create a new linked service for control table. Okay, so this much should work. Create. Okay, linked service 1. Ideally, we should put proper names. Okay, let me put control table only. Then I can put schedule this time. Last time I did run once. So let's put the same one. SQL database, and so this the second one got created now for linked for control table. We should put ideally proper names so that it is understood. Okay, now the control string is a parameter, to test connection. So basically last time it was hard coded to the key vault value was hard coded in the linked service, so it was not asking. Now it is a parameter, so either we have to put test or test1 something so that it detects that okay, this is the database we need to do. Okay, based on that, let's take city now this time. Okay, last time I took country, but oh, okay, but the destination table city is not there. I can create a city destination table quickly. So city destination table I created. Okay, let's go. Okay, city I have selected. I can select two tables also. So these are the source tables so that it will be easy to understand. Then next, configure for each tables, we have to go delta load, not full load. Our id is city id and put it 0, and this for the second table also delta load and 0. Watermark name, okay, I put the 0 at the wrong place. Okay, 0. Next, so in the destination SQL database, and this is the linked service. So let me use destination as the same as control table for now, because the source is different databases. Destination I am not going to put in different databases. So source only I will put in different databases, but if destination is required to be put into different databases, we can use that. Okay, so it auto detected the city table, but we have city destination and country destination, two different tables. Skip columns for now. Next, okay, this is the name. We can change or keep it, better to change based on whatever you can remember properly. So SQL database to SQL database, meta driven. Okay, these are all the details. Now because of the trigger, this trigger got created automatically. This will get created automatically. Now see, it is create. Last time there were 3 entries: created datasets, pipelines and generating scripts. This time it created triggers also. Now it created SQL scripts. Let's copy this, control copy to clipboard and then run it. So basically, so here there are 5 tables. If I run this, this will create 2 more tables. See, 7 tables are there. What it did is, like, it created 2 tables. One is connection control table, okay, where different database names are stored, and the second is the control table, actual control table for the pipeline. Okay, so connection, I will show the control table. Last time we saw that. Okay, the new control table also we'll see the without underscore, because the trigger name will be there. See, sorry. Okay, see here the trigger name is there. Sandbox is also there. If we run manually, the sandbox has to be there, otherwise it will not get picked up. And if we run by trigger, trigger name is also there. So they have put both. We can keep one also. The top level pipeline name is there in the control label, and in the connection control table, see, the SQL database, the connection string is there. Okay, it has only one as of now, but if you have multiple source databases, you can put different names and different key vault values. So whatever values you have added in key vault, you have to write that. Test and test and test one we added in key vault. So all these have to be entered, and this name, the name of the connection control table, has to be there in this control table. Inside control table, last time this column was blank, but this time this will have a value which is from the connection control table. So if we see from last time, is there a control table? Okay, this was the original query. If we see, that column was not there. This is only source and sink. But if we see the query of this time, it will be having additional column. This is source, this is destination. This one, this line, this is the connection name. Last time it was not there. So if we go to the last control table, see this column is blank, but if we go to the current control table, this is the same name as connection control table. So basically what we did is we made the key vault parameter a dynamic one in the linked service, which created the script for a connection control table. Now we can copy the data from multiple source databases. Previously we could only copy from multiple tables from one database. Now we can copy multiple tables from multiple databases. So this is what I wanted to demo now in this in this video. So okay, and the pipelines will be almost same. So one pipeline, like three pipelines will get created here and three data sets will get created here. Those will be pretty same as last time, only the connection control table will be different. Okay, and here see the four parameters here. If you go to the top label, this is the new one, this is the old one. Here the parameters are 3, here the parameters are 4. So there are control table and connection control table. So this name is same as the name of this table. If you want to rename this table, then you have to rename this parameter over here while running. So you can debug it for manual run or add a trigger. See, now it got one trigger is added because we did that at the time of data factory creation, the pipeline creation. So you can add more also here, and the change the trigger timings also of this. So all these triggers will be visible here, so you can like run now or see what is the timing of that and change that also here. Here only you can change it, delete it, add it. So for addition you have to go to the pipeline, click on the top label, okay, and then add a trigger. Don't add trigger for middle and bottom level, they are linked steps. So top level calls middle level and middle level calls bottom level, so they are linked ones. But you should add only for the top level, the trigger should trigger the top level, and that is what is mentioned in the control table also. In the control table the trigger is based on the the top pipeline, the top level pipeline. This is the trigger. If you put a trigger on the bottom level, it will not work. Okay, and here if you want to remove from sandbox, you can remove it, you can only trigger it, or you can only do a sandbox. That you can change this like control table. You can add more rows to it automatically. When a pipeline runs, it will pick up all the rows. You can add more databases to this connection control table. All these you can do without changing anything in the pipeline. The pipeline will pick up all the data that are present in these two tables, connection control table and control table, and run at the stipulated time of the trigger. So you don't have to change any, you don't have to make any changes in these pipelines. But yes, there are also limitations in these, like upsert command. So basically it copies the data, but if you want to do a upsert like older rows, there are some changes, so you have to update some of the rows and insert some of the rows. That may not be possible directly in these pipelines. You like, it is possible but not in the pipeline that got created automatically. So basically here we have default full load, delta load. So in the delta load we can see there are like get watermarks columns is there, and in here is a normal copy step. It's not a offset command. It's a like source is there, sync is there, and it copies all the rows. Okay, but here that offset is there, so you will have to change this to offset if you are looking for a offset copy step. Okay, and this offset will is valid for like some of the database. It doesn't, it offset doesn't get active, like is not present for all the types of databases. SQL Server is supported in all the things, but if you have like MySQL or Postgres, this offset will not be visible. Only insert will be there. So you might have to do something here and there to manage that. Okay, so basically this is what I wanted to tell in this demo. So how we can connect or copy from multiple databases using the template provided in Data Factory. Thanks everyone. Please comment if you like the video or if you have any questions on it. I'll try to reply to your comments and hope it was useful to you. Thank you very much. Bye.